Kinds of Kindness was the best movie of 2024. Yeah, shoot me. I love the movie. It was beautifully written. It was perfectly packaged. So consider my shock when I saw on Reddit, as I also saw in real life, that some people did not find it funny or interesting. This person said that the movie did not really come together. Come together? What are you talking about? But this is the comment that actually got me so angry. He said that the movie is pretentious and boring and nonsensical, that there was no overarching plot or character development, that it failed to say anything interesting. Now, I don't know this person, but from the words they used, they seem to mean that they are the pretentious film school graduate or a teacher of literature who thinks saying this movie has no character development is what makes them a valid critic worthy of listening to. And he said the movie did not explore themes. Themes? Who says themes? This comment is annoying, not only because this person doesn't know what they're talking about, but it seems to me that they don't even have the basic skill to enjoy a movie like Kinds of Kindness. And I'm not kidding. KOK is black comedy. Do you know what that means? It is comedy that is funny because it's morbid, it's dark, but most importantly, it's absurd. It takes a tragic or distressing subject matter and tackles it or treats it in a humorous way. It is the visual equivalent of dark memes. The reason you, sir, couldn't enjoy it is not because of themes or whatever reasons you gave here. I mean, these are just bogus attempts to hide the fact that you are not a student of the absurd. And this is what this series is meant to do. Using KOK, I want to teach you how to enjoy an absurdist movie. Pay attention. Like my good sir, you are aware that movies tell stories. You're also aware that stories have beginning, a middle, and an end. It has characters. These characters are supposed, they don't have to, but they're supposed to grow and evolve. They're supposed to have depths and motivations that propel them through the story. In essence, all this means is that the story is meant to have structure. Yes, but you see all this? That's exactly what an absurdist movie turns on its head and flip it like you flip your ex boss. And that is where the absurdism and comedy comes from. The subversion of structure and expectations. This is where most people fail to keep up with. Because it doesn't matter how many film theories you can spit or film criticism you can write. At the end of the day, we are pesky little human beings who find comfort and structure in our lives and in other things. We don't like our expectations subverted. A movie like KOK, like all arts are supposed to do, is to take this by the head and subvert the shit out of it. That's what it's supposed to make it funny. And if you can't find it funny, it's not because of the movie, it's just because deep down, you are scared. In the realm of traditional storytelling, we expect characters to have clear motivations, discernible arcs, and psychological depth. We crave explanations because they make us feel secure, as though the universe, real or fictional, operates according to some logical framework. But Kinds of Kindness doesn't care about your comfort. The first story in the film, The Death of RMF, gleefully rips apart the expectation of rational character motivations and forces us to confront a reality we often ignore, which is that we rarely understand why people do what they do, and yet we still demand answers. At the heart of this story is Robert, this guy, an obedient employee working under Raymond, this dude.
Good afternoon, Robert. Don't just stand there, sit down.
A tyrannical boss who micromanages his every move. Raymond dictates how Robert eats, how he should gain weight, how he should style his hair. He controls his entire existence with meticulous precision. Hell, he tells him when to fuck his wife.
You and Sarah fucked this morning?
At 8:30 right after breakfast.
But then Raymond gives an order that should shatter all reason. He tells Robert to kill a man named RMF, this dude, which he did at first, but failed because RMF survived the crash, and Raymond told Robert to try again.
Ram into him at a higher speed and everything will be fine.
The absurdity of this moment is staggering. Raymond is not a mafia boss. He's not running a secret organization. He's just a man ordering another man to kill someone, as if he's assigning a mundane task. The sheer detachment of this command is what makes it darkly hilarious. In what world does this happen? And yet it does. Now, because Robert refuses, he's freed from Raymond's grasp.
This doesn't have anything to do.
Right then, Robert, you're free now. You can go on your way.
Only to discover that his life outside of Raymond's control is an even greater nightmare. His career collapses, he has to sell some of his properties. His wife left him. He's systematically ruined. And we realize that Raymond had far more power over him than we initially assumed. And Robert became desperate and tries to earn his way back into Raymond's favor, but he was told,
Go fuck yourself, Robert.
I won't spoil this part of the movie for you, but this rejection led him down a path that ultimately results in him killing RMF in the most bizarre way possible. This is a very funny scene, and I love this scene so much. It's just funny. Now, at the core of this absurdist nightmare is the thrill of not knowing. Who is RMF? Why is he so passive about his own death? Why does Raymond want him dead? And most importantly, why does Robert, despite his initial refusal, end up killing him? What is wrong with Robert? Is he stupid? Is he a child in a man's body? What is even his relationship with Raymond? These questions are the bedrocks of the film's dark humor, the mesmerizing incongruity, and that is why I don't understand when people unfamiliar with stories like this will say, oh, the characters are not fully fleshed, they're not supposed to. That's the thrill. The motivations behind these actions are obscured or perhaps non-existent, and that is the point. Absurdist fiction thrives in the space of mystery, not because it's lazy, but because it exposes our own hypocrisy. In real life, people commit unthinkable acts without clear rationales and justifications. Assassins exist. People kill for reasons that seem irrational to outsiders. Yet, when we see such things unfold in a film without neat psychological justifications, we recoil. We want clarity. We want logic. But why? Why do we expect fiction to offer a coherence that reality itself does not? The real joke here is on us. We laugh at the absurdity of Raymond's control, at the bizarre lack of resistance from RMF, at Robert's pathetic downfall. But what we are really laughing at is our own need to impose order on chaos. The story dares us to drop this need and embrace the disorienting dance of these characters who are untethered from the burden of rational justification. And if we can do that, we can finally see the beauty in the absurd. To resist absurdist fiction is to cling to the false comfort that life makes sense. To embrace it is to acknowledge that, like Robert, RMF and Raymond, we too are wandering through an existence that is as inexplicable as it is hilarious. And once you can embrace this fact, a movie like KOK makes sense.